My name is Tabitha Weller.
My name is Brooks Donald Wilson, 5'9", out of South Jordan, Utah.
I love this one.
I met Tabitha in the summer of 2014.
We were both on Tinder, which is super embarrassing.
And I decided to hop on that Tinder app, see how the girls in Omaha looked. And I started swiping right on some. And eventually I matched her and we began to talk.
And we started texting back and forth. We really got to know each other, and I found out that I really liked him. He has a good sense of humor.
She was pretty cool. I mean, good first impression, easy to talk to.
I'm going to tell the complete and honest truth
That's what we want.
Why wouldn't you?
about how you were at Joe's and wouldn't come meet me because of the alarm system.
She tried to get me to come meet her, but I was scared to death because there's some random girl in Omaha.
And he told me that he couldn't. He was at his Uncle Joe's house and there was an alarm system, and heaven forbid he go outside.
And so I didn't come out and meet her, and I ended up heading back to Utah without meeting her.
So we talked for about a month. He went back to Utah, and we kept talking and Skyping, and we figured out we really need to meet each other. So one day Brooks was like, well, let's meet in Cheyenne. And then I looked for some hotels in Cheyenne and there weren't any, and so we randomly ended up in Denver.
Well, Denver, because there was no place to stay in Cheyenne. And I thought that was halfway, but then I was like, wait a sec. Denver's halfway too. So we went to Denver. So the drive was great. Just listened to some music, enjoyed the ride. Scared to death the whole time. Kept trying to make excuses not to meet her just because I didn't want to get catfished. So eventually I met her there. She opened the door and my first thoughts were,
Oh my gosh, you are a girl.
thank goodness I didn't get catfished.
So I think he was happy I'm a female. And that's how we met, at a super sketchy hotel in downtown Denver. My first impression was he's a super sexy man. Yeah, he was super attractive and I was really impressed, and he gave me a hug and it just felt right the whole time. My favorite things about Brooks, I think the first thing would definitely be his sense of humor. There's never a dull moment with him around. He always has me laughing. And then second would definitely be his dance moves. They're pretty phenomenal. And then also just that he's such a caring, loving person. I've never met anyone like him that just puts his whole heart into something that he does.
I mean, she's alright. Pretty nice chick. I'm getting to be 26, getting kind of old, about time to get married, so I thought I'd settle down.
I hope this turns out to be what makes so many kids.
So
is it on?
It is. We're rolling.
I'm gonna pull this down because it's a little too short. Do you like this, huh?
All I knew I wanted to marry Tabitha was our first Halloween together. She dressed up as the Cookie Monster and I was a cookie, and it was just the best Halloween, easiest going, funnest weekend of my life, and I just thought, this is how I want to spend my life. This is the person I want to be with.
So after we started talking for a few days and he was in Omaha, on the night of the 4th of July, he actually told me that he was moving back to Utah, and I think I realized then that I really liked him because I felt really sad, and I had no idea why I felt so sad that he was leaving because I'd never even met him before. So I think that was the first moment that I realized it was something different with him than it had been with anyone else. The moment I knew that Brooks was the one for me had to be the first weekend that he met my family. So we had actually met in Denver again that weekend, and we met Erica and Kev, and Brooks and I, we had a little fun weekend there together, and then he drove back to Omaha with me, and we spent the day at the zoo looking at our favorite animals, the penguins and the zebras and the elephants, and had a lot of fun. And then we drove out to my parents that night, and he was so nervous. He was like yelling at the cows out the window. It was ridiculous. I was just like, oh gosh, my parents are gonna be not gonna know what's going on. But we got there that night and he just fit in completely. Everyone loved him, and they got his sense of humor, and after that I just knew that he was the one, and I wanted to marry him.
My favorite things about Tabitha are she is beautiful, hardworking. Actually, I've never seen somebody work as hard as her. She can be serious, but yet be fun at the same time. She keeps me in line because she's organized. She's loving and caring and cares much more about other people than herself. And really, if she's focused on something or devoted to something, she gives it everything she's got.
Hey, really though, here, sing to me. Because you always sing. This will be super cute.
No.
You always sing to me.
No.
It's part of the reason I fell in love with you. Okay, recording.
Is it recording?
Yep.
Hi!
Hi!
It's me, Brooks!
So one of the main reasons, oh my gosh, that I fell in love with Brooks was because on our first time in Denver, he sang to me, and it was absolutely beautiful. So
Not singing.
We're gonna play the song that he first sang to me called Transpose.
No, we're not gonna sing.
Let's go ahead and start it. And he's got some pretty sweet dance moves too.
No, I don't. Dance, babe.
You're so sweet. Brooks' classic dance move.
It's your part.
No, this is your part.
Scratching at my brain.
And I can't stop, even if I wanted to. On top, maybe I'm simply deluded. That's right, maybe I've been wasting my time all the time. And it's hard to justify what you can do. I'm so sick and tired of following you in. It's true, maybe I've been wasting my time all this time. Yeah.
Proposal? What proposal?
You know.
I never proposed.
So the weekend that Brooks proposed, of course, we met in Denver again because that seems to be our home base for all these big events. So it was a weekend that I had just finished my last final, and I think it was June 19th.
The 19th of June, I know that was the date. I don't think it, I know it.
And we both drove there.
So every time we go to Denver, we tend to leave at the same time because it's supposed to be the same amount, but I always seem to hit traffic, or maybe I just drive really slow. But there was road construction this time, and half was waiting, hanging out with Josh and Shannon till I got there.
And the first night we just hung out with them and we played Bananagrams. That's where we fell in love with that game. And we stayed with two of Brooks's best friends, Josh and Shannon.
That's where my best friend Jig and his current spouse Shannon was living with their son Dino Bambino, because he was out selling pest control. So he said we could stay with them, and I was like, I'm gonna propose, showed him the ring, this is what's gonna happen. He's like, alright, do whatever you gotta do, I don't really care. But he actually really did care, I just say that.
And then the next night we went out for a really nice dinner at Olive Garden, and we went to see the movie Inside Out. And then after the movie, Brooks said he wanted to take me on a ride, so we went cruising around, and he headed back to the hotel that we had first met at, which is actually super sketchy because we found out that we stayed in like the ghetto of Denver. So,
the plan was to have Jig meet us there and film the proposal, take pictures and stuff like that. But the address I gave him to where the hotel was where we were meeting wasn't working in his GPS. He ended up on like the other side of town.
So we get there and he's like, oh wait, I think I need to go to the gas station and get something. So we drive around for a little bit longer and end up back at the restaurant that we had first eaten at together. And he told me some things that he loved about me and how he wanted to spend the rest of his life with me. And then we finally get to the hotel and he gets out of the car and gets down on one knee. And I actually don't even remember what he said because I was so nervous.
I don't really remember what I said. Something along the lines of, Tabitha Sue Weller, will you spend the rest of your life with me or will you marry me? Nobody knows for sure.
I started crying, of course, and said yes. And then at the corner of my eye, I could see this lady like smoking on the corner. It was super romantic. And then, yeah, we called all of our families after that, and it was the best moment of my life.
What we do know is we both know we're engaged, and at that point on we could start planning the wedding. So that's how we became engaged.
Planning the wedding.
I've
I've done everything.
It's been all me. I've ordered the suits, the bridesmaids' dresses. I picked out the invitations, sent off to save the dates. I just would like a little help from Tabs every once in a while.
Yeah, Brooks has definitely done it all. You can thank all of this good taste to him.
Mm-hmm.
But in all seriousness, I have done pretty much everything.
Not everything.
So,
He didn't try on my tux.
I didn't try on your tux.
Yeah, I'm just ready to start my life with her. If it were up to me, we'd have got married in October.
He's never seen my dress before. My mom pretty much threatened his life. If he were to ever take a peek at it, he'd be dead.
Never seen it. Well, first off, we're going to move back to Omaha. She's got to finish school. I'm going to work full time. And then in March, on March 18th, we find out where she gets her residency. Our top 3 choices are Utah, Kansas City, and Arizona. So we're hoping to end up in one of those 3 places. So we'll find out there, and from there we'll just take life as it comes.
Yeah. We also have some big news. We're getting a puppy in December, so we'll have had her for about a month. By the time the wedding comes, it'll be our first child, and we're so excited.
Boxer puppy,
Yeah, we're naming her Brilly.
and you can pet her if you're nice.
I love so many things about Brooks' family. First of all, I love his mom. She is the most caring person I've ever met, and we get along so well. I feel like she's more of a friend than a mother-in-law, but she's definitely going to be my second mom, and I can't wait for that to start. And then I love his sister, too. She's like a best friend to me. Ever since I met her, it felt like we've been friends for years. She is the most gorgeous girl, and she's so caring, too. His whole family is just so caring. I love his dad because he brings a little bit of seriousness to the family, but he's also really funny and sarcastic as well, which Brooks got a lot from him. And then all of his brothers are so fun to hang out with. We have a lot of game nights, and it gets pretty competitive around here. So it's just exciting to join a big family of 8. I only come from a family of 5. So
What I love about the Wellers is they're easy to get along with. I can definitely see where Tabitha got a lot of her traits. Her dad is the hardest working man I've ever met, and I've been working with him on the farm. Really got to know him and love everything about him. And her mom is just the most easygoing, fun lady, gets my sense of humor, which is hard to do sometimes. Me and her just go back and forth, and I already feel like we're best friends. And then her brothers have just accepted me right away, treated me like a brother to them, and me and them get along so well. I'm really excited to join the Wellers.
So wonderful in your dress. I love your hair like that. The way it falls on the side of your neck, down your shoulders and back. We are surrounded by all of these lights and people talk too much.
Sing it, babe. What'd you say?
You got the kind of look in your eyes as if no one knows anything but us. Should this be the last thing I see? I want you to know it's enough for me. 'Cause all that you are is all that I'll ever need. So in love, 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 so in love. You look so beautiful in this light. Your silhouette over take a breath. Just say the word and I will disappear into the wilderness. Should this be the last thing I see, I want you to know it's enough for me. 'Cause all that you are is all that
That would be hilarious. I don't care if no one else gets it because I think it'll be funny. My mom will laugh.
You did not say that. No. Who did?
Oh, I didn't know we were getting
How we met. Oh crap, I can't do it. I can't.
Does my voice sound funny?
I love Tabitha more than a goose loves a hen.
If you mess up 32 gigs worth, you're buying me a new memory.
What do they cost? Because it might happen. Okay, turn it on. I'm worried that I'll gain more weight because we're not even married yet, but since we met, I put on about 40 pounds. So, and she's a really good cook, and I've already got comfortable enough around her to just eat and do whatever I want. So I just feel like I'm just gonna keep gaining weight.
We're gonna be the fat couple. We would just like to thank everyone for taking time out of their busy schedules to be here with us and to celebrate with us. Each and every one of you mean the world to us, and it is so special that you could be here to share this with us.
Yes, we do thank you for that. And if you don't bring a gift, you can't come.
'Cause all that you are is all that I'll ever need. So in love.
And we hugged, and she was the most beautiful girl I had ever seen. And the rest is history.
I don't know what I do now.
You look so wonderful in your dress. I love your hair like that. And in the moment I knew you best.